Hi, I'm Mr. Schwanevet. I teach art at Horizon Elementary. You may have heard of me, I'm pretty well known there. Today, I'm going to share some tips with you on how to draw the parts of a face in a portrait.
If your teacher hasn't already given you one of these pages, they will after my instructions. Although I'm going to be working on Seesaw, you'll be working on paper with whatever supplies you have. If you find during my instructions that you have your own better way, that's fine. Do it your way, make it yours. You are the artist. I'm going to begin with the eyes at the top of this U-shaped face. Many kids will use an oval shape. Others will use a football shape to create the corners of the eyes. After I draw the corners, I might also add an eyelid. That's an extra line just above the eye. Next, I'll draw a partial circle inside the eye. That's the iris, the colored part, and then a black dot for the pupil. If you like, you can add little lines for eyelashes or a curved line above the eye for an eyebrow. Some artists will take it another step and add short little lines on the eyebrow to make it look more like the little hairs. Next is the nose, which could just be a simple L shape. You might add the nostril by drawing a little curve right beside it. But maybe a more advanced nose would be to draw just a little curve for the tip and then add two curves on the sides for the nostrils. Advanced artists might even connect those with a curving line that ties it all together. Some artists feel it necessary to draw a curved line for the bridge of the nose, but it's something that I usually leave out. Let's move on to the mouth. The simple, basic mouth could just be a curved line for a smile. You might add another curved line to make it look like the mouth is open. If you'd like to add lips, I start with a little V above and then connect them to the corners of the mouth. An extra line under could make the bottom lip. You might add a row of teeth. Now the ear is just a little loop that begins about eye level and stretches down to the tip of the nose. Depending on the ear, it may stick out more or hug closer to the face. When drawing the hair, I'm going to use lines instead of filling it in completely. These lines begin at the part and curve toward the ear. This is to the side, but your part might be in the middle. So you'd start above your nose and sweep down to the ears like this. Or maybe your hair might be brushed or combed backward, and so you may draw the lines up from the forehead to create that hairstyle. Each person's hairstyle is a little bit different. You have to think about how you style your hair. You might have a boundary line that wraps around the head that shows how full your hair is or how long your hair is. Does it come down to your shoulders or down to your chin? Think about your hair. Maybe you have your hair up in a bun, or perhaps you've got a ponytail or a pigtail. Or what if you have braids or extensions? I'll show you an easy way to plan those. I'm going to begin with the hairline coming up from one ear over to the other, and then I'm going to use short lines coming back around the head to create each of the braids or rows. Once I have those planned, I'm going to add a little bit of texture to make it look like the hair is braided. If you have really short hair that's close to your head, I will just use a couple of lines. A lower line for the hairline and a higher line to show the top or back of the head. Wavy and curly hair are a little bit different. I don't try to draw every wave or every curl. Instead, I use a few lines that might be gently bumping if it's wavy hair, or I'll use shorter curlier lines if the hair is curlier. Finally, we better put some clothes on this portrait. If you're doing a t-shirt, I would suggest two gently curving lines by the neck. You can add other details like a picture or stripes if you'd like. If you'd like to make it look like a polo shirt or a button-down shirt, I create two rectangles, one on either side of the neck, kind of where the neck and shoulders meet. Then a V in between, and add a few buttons, buttonholes to complete that look. Or how about a nice cozy hooded sweatshirt? I'd start with a V around the neck, then a few bumpy lines by the neck and shoulders to create the hood, and then I would double that V to give it a little bit more thickness. Finally, finish it off with a couple of pull strings. Remember, you're the artist. Do your best and have fun. I can't wait to see what you create.